Hello, airmen, guardians, and families. This is Sharon Aka, Chief of the Exceptional Family Member Legal Assistance and Policy Branch. Today, I'd like to talk to you about special education laws through the lens of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. The entire world was required to make adjustments to our lives, and most students adjusted their educational environments. Special education students were no exception. However, it is important to understand the safeguards written into applicable laws on special education, which required the continued learning and progression of all students, including those with disabilities, regardless of the environmental challenges that we have had within education and any required changes due to the pandemic. Secretary DeVos in 2020 declined to seek any waivers from Congress for the educational requirements established by the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. Because IDEA remains unchanged, it is important for parents of special education children to know your rights and timelines to seek remedies if you believe your child or children are not being afforded the services or accommodations necessary for their continued meaningful progression in their educational journey. By law, schools and school districts are required to continue convening individualized education program meetings, or IEP meetings. This would include the initial, annual, triannual, or meetings necessary for IEP modifications. The 60-day timeline for state complaints remains unchanged, and even if it allows for consideration of exceptional circumstances, which it does, the pandemic should no longer be considered an exceptional circumstance in the majority of cases. As with all other provisions of IDEA, parent consent is critical to the process. Therefore, the requirement for extensions to time or modifications also requires your consent. Due process deadlines remain unchanged as well. If you as a parent believe that your child with a disability did not receive appropriate evaluations or services, including those previously received, or any changes implemented due to the pandemic, has failed to allow your child to make significant progress towards their educational goals, then you have the option to request an IEP team meeting or perhaps convene the team to discuss your child's 504. Compensatory services may be appropriate. Those would include resuming the services that your child initially received, or perhaps addition of more service hours or minutes in order to allow your child compensation for the services that were lost. In addition, you might consider discussing with the team any services that you believe are necessary and appropriate to allow your child to have meaningful progress. If for any reason this option is not available or does not result in resolution, then as a parent, you may consider filing a due process proceeding. When considering the need for compensatory services for your child with special needs, the team should consider the following factors. And do remember that you are a part of the IEP team. The team should consider the frequency and duration of missed instruction and related services, whether special education and/or related services provided during the pandemic were appropriate based on the student's individual needs. A student's present level of performance should also be considered, as well as previous rates of progress. Also consider with your team the results of updated evaluations, whether evaluations were delayed, and any other information that you as a parent and a part of the IEP team finds to be relevant. Consider visiting your local legal assistance office. They can assist you with reviewing your IEP and discussing accommodations or determining whether or not there should be an IEP dispute or due process proceeding to address your concerns. You can also learn about your parent rights and discuss with your attorney how you can better advocate for yourself and for your children during the special education process. Here at the branch, we have been diligently preparing our attorneys to assist you. To find your local legal assistance office, please visit the website or simply scan the QR code that is available to you on the screen. You can also visit DAF Family Vector, where you can find the link to your legal assistance attorney as well. Thank you for listening, and we're waiting to assist you.